Dropped out of uni when, hold on, I went in 2014. Then I kept going, and then I stopped. Alright, this is a bit of a mad thing to do. Why would you drop out of uni your last 3 months when you spent 2 and somewhat years going? I don't really have a simple answer to that question. Like, if I had a good reason to do such a crazy thing, it wouldn't be a simple answer, right? 2014, it's like halfway through 2017. Maybe I made a mistake. That's so crazy. Now, honestly, for me, I kind of know, like, for me, I've just been doing a lot of, university has just been a lot of soul searching, figuring out who I want to be, who the fuck I am, what the fuck is life. Just been figuring all those questions out, and in conclusion, I don't see when I'm going to use my degree. So alright. No, I'm just not in the right place to do this.
Alright, so I couldn't really think of what to say when I was trying to make that video yesterday. But I woke up and I watched something that reminded me of why I did what I did. Dropping out. Oh. I don't know, so for me personally, I've always been really obsessed with what do I do with my life? Like, what am I gonna do? Like, what's gonna lead to a happy life? What do I want to commit to for the rest of my life? I've been obsessed with that since I was like probably 14, and I learned early on, thanks to playing RuneScape, that money wasn't gonna make me happy, because I remember because I played that game for like 5 years, and the first few years I didn't have any money, and I was like, oh, if I had money. And then I finally got it, and then I was like, damn. And then I automatically saw the parallels of real life, and then the coin kind of dropped there for me. I kind of realized it was more about the journey than the destination, because same thing, I would work so hard to get cool looking armor or weapons or whatever, and then when I finally get there, I'm like, oh, it's not even that cool. No, I do it again. Oh, it's not even that cool. And I realized, it's not really about the end game, is it? The journey's the fun part. And then I saw the parallel to the real world as well. Shouts out RuneScape. I think for me, so my plan, I would never planned on using the degree. Like, I've been meaning to, like, during my first year, it kind of clicked for me that I never wanted to get a job. I think it's just best for everyone if I don't get a job. I feel like, and it just got to a point where it all just sort of compounded, and it got to a point where I'm just so sure of what I want to do, and it just, university was always blocking me, and because I had responsibility to do my degree, and so like my plan after, if I did get the degree, was just to get a low energy little shitty job and just sort of get enough money to survive until I could build my own thing. And so I never planned on using the degree to begin with. It was just a little backup, but but in the end, because that is my definite plan, I know that for sure. I don't know everything. Don't know everything about everything, but I know that much for me. And I just know for me, like, for me to be at my best, and my best, and if I'm at my best, I can do my best for the world, so to speak. If I'm at my best, I can provide as much value as possible to the world at my best, you know? And I just know I'm not an employee. I'm just not. I have too much to provide the world. Now, that might sound cocky, but I think it's true. I think I just have more value to provide the world outside of it. I think most people do, but sadly they just don't see the lane. They don't have the lane open up for them, right? It's like you get kids who are like, I see you take drug dealing really seriously, right? So it's like kids who get stuck into drug dealing. you know, some of these people are quite, you know, like you get all these rappers who ended up really successful business people from after drug dealing. It's because they had the mind. It's because they had the mind. It's just they didn't have the lane. They didn't have the information or the examples of like a lane for their brain to sort of apply that mind to. The only thing they had was drugs, so they would do it with drugs. And it's like I finally found my lane. And I've been obsessing over this for ages. It's like the past few years have been quite a soul search, really sort of getting into the depths of, you know, who am I really? What do I really want from life? What even is life? What is the nature of this fucking reality we're living in? All that shit. And it's like I'm finally coming out. I don't know the meaning of life. Sorry, but I have a good grasp on what's going on here, I think. I mean, I reckon so. So for me, it was like, just the thought of it, I was like, I'm never going to use it. I could just drop out. Like give me 6 months, I could just be here, still in my university room. They haven't kicked me out. I should check my emails. I just really don't want to. Anyway, unless they kick me out, but stay here. I could, you know, get a head start. I could just stay here, just be isolated, get things going, and then I'll end up going home and I could work on things and build, and it would just be so nice. Like, it'd be so nice. Like a fucking dream. Like there isn't anywhere else I would want to be than just here. You know, have my own space, just have my own time, and just work on things. And just the more I thought about it, it's like my brain, like the lane I was talking about, was just opening up. Like, and I was like, it's like my brain could finally focus. I have this. I'm pretty sure I have ADHD, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't know. I guess everyone thinks, oh, I have ADHD, but I really think I do. But like, because I've been able to get away with, but I'm so good at like night before revision that I've kind of got away with it and just got my way all the way up to university and A levels and GCSEs and all that stuff, and I've done pretty well. So like, it was never a cause for concern. But like, anyway, tangent. But with that, so it was like my brain could finally focus, and I could see like, it was like I could finally get the depth. I could see, it's like I could finally utilize, it's like I was finally utilizing my brain to its fullest. Like before, it's always been a struggle. It's always been like so many conflicting directions, and it's like I don't even feel, you know, it's like oh, I've got to do this university work, and then it's like, oh, and I'm always compelled to procrastinate, and you know, I just, especially since I don't see a future in it, it was just like, oh, like just grated on me, and it was like my brain was just opening up the more I thought about it, and then I was like, all right, if I was gonna do it, what would I do? And it's just like, it's really like I was opening up my, it just felt like my whole fucking, it was like opening up my fucking soul. Like, it just felt so good, and I see it as and because I kind of know what I want to do, and I can see a realistic, logical path. It's not going to be easy. I'm probably going to fail and make loads of mistakes, but I can see a path. He had a good way of describing, yeah, so I was watching a TED Talk by him this morning, and yeah, it inspired me to make this video. And I'll put the snippet in here when he talked about, he kind of describes really well what I'm trying to describe when I say like my mind was opening up and I saw the light.
A hint of what could be in the future if you could just set yourself right. You get a glimpse of what could be in the future. The perceptual structures that normally stop you from seeing, the barriers are lifted temporarily, and what's really there shines through, and it's overwhelming. But to stay in that state, well, it requires a tremendous amount of moral effort, is really the right way of thinking about it.
Where was I? Lane, path, opening up. So I have to film this on my phone and it keeps running out of memory. Started from the bottom, kind of. Though, not as bad as many other people. Anyway. Yeah, so like, I could see the path open, and I was like, there's almost like no way I could go back. It was just like, it was like the fucking, you know, the cloak was taken off. Like I saw the light, and I was just like, I'm never going to use the degree. Why do it for the sake of it? Like, really, like, I know I'm going to commit to this, and I don't want a fallback plan. What even is a degree for me at this point? It's just a badge of me not believing in myself and not trusting myself. Because so I've done it. I kind of made the decision like 2 months ago. And that's probably the biggest lesson I've learned. because it's been rough. It's been rough. Because what's sad is like, I feel so I'm like, it can be really stressful and scary and such a, because you acknowledge that I'm not an idiot. Like, I acknowledge all the risks, but like when trying to justify it to other people as well, like talked about it to other people, it's almost like you have to be like, no, it's cool, like it's cool, but then it's not cool, and obviously you're not lying, like, oh, I'm 100% gonna do it, but it's like they're shoving all the risk onto you. It's like they sort of project people they're sort of gonna bring up all the risks and stuff to you, and you have to be the one to be like, yeah, no, it's fine. When you acknowledge the risks, but it's like you have to make the final decision on it, because like nobody, I mean, obviously I don't expect anyone to, I mean, because if you logically, rationally looked at my situation, you wouldn't think this is a good idea. Why not just finish the degree? And who knows, maybe I got it wrong, but I don't think I did. But yeah, it's rough. It's been rough and very isolating at times, because there's nobody really supports you. Like, pretty much everyone thought it was probably shouldn't, or are you sure? Like, but then I don't expect anyone to. Nobody's gonna be like, yeah, definitely drop out far ahead. Do that. Yep, do that one. But still, it's like really, like, it's all on you. Like, you have no one else to rely on. That's so funny. Like, there's these YouTube videos like, should I drop out? I'm like, and I watch these videos and I'm just like, I kind of watch them just for the sake of it, even though I'm definitely not going to make my decision based on anything they had to say, no offense. But like, if you have to look to someone else, if anyone's watching this thinking they might want to do what I did, if you have to look to someone else to make the decision, fucking don't do it. If you're looking for a nudge from someone else to do it, or permission for someone else to do it, fucking probably shouldn't do it. Right, this is definitely a very personal thing. But yeah, it was really like, sort of burnt away a lot of my impurities, really putting myself to the fire. Like, it can be quite an identity crisis. Like, it's really like, because what's annoying is the people that care about you the most are probably going to be the most against it, because they just want you to be okay. Like, they don't want to risk you being in any harm's way. Which is cool. Like, I can appreciate the sentiment, but it's pretty rough when it's like it really has felt like, damn, like, I'm really alone. Like, everyone's against me. Even though they're not against me, it's just they're not with me. But then I don't want them to. I wouldn't expect them to be. I wouldn't be in their position. But like, it's been rough, but I'm good now. It's only been like rough moments. Like, it's really taught me the importance of self-trust, and now I can kind of see the lack of self-trust in everyone else. It's almost like, even if I made the wrong decision, just on the person I've become and the kind of impurities of myself, I've had to burn away to sort of deal with this. Like, I wouldn't take these back for the world. Like, these are some of the greatest lessons I've ever had. But yeah, now I can see like the lack of self-trust in everyone else, and now I can see the lack of self-trust in the fucking world. You can even see it like culture, just culture in general. Everyone, it's like you either contribute to culture, or you consume culture. Whereas Kanye,
you see his leaders and his followers, but I'd rather be a dick than a swallower.
That was probably really cringy, but yeah. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, and I feel like it's almost been like, it's like the Jesus story. Some people believe that the Jesus story is actually a sort of metaphor for the death of the ego, or the death of your self-identity. So the death of resurrection, die before you die. Yeah, there's this Flatbush Zombies. They had an album called Drugs, Death and Resurrection Under God's Supervision, which is basically like, and like the rites of passage, right, for men. That's a big thing. Talk about it in this book, King Magician Warrior, Magician Lover, whatever. Really sick book if you want to understand males, or if you're a male and you want to understand yourself. I highly recommend it. Anyway, they talk about like rites of passage for men and how that's part of our culture that's been taken away. Like we don't have rituals to graduate someone from a boy to a man. And I think it's all the same thing. It's this death and sort of death of yourself and rebirth and full on self-trust kind of thing. Because people are so scared to lose their self-identity. Like it's just like literally the root of so many problems in our society. It's just people are too scared to lose their self-identity. It's quite ridiculous. But it's cool if you kind of know the back door, if you've been offered the light, so to speak. I mean, I guess you have like Jewish people who do bar mitzvahs, but like I'm talking like in like old tribal days, they do things like when they see the boy who's starting to get a bit of an ego, get a bit confident with himself and starts checking out the girls or whatever, the men of the tribe will like grab him in his sleep, like tie him up, throw him in a forest, and then they'll come retrieve him in 3 days, and then if he survived, like that was it, and that's his rite of passage. And there's some evil ones as well, where they'll like tie the kid up and they'll fucking circumcise him with a fucking sharp stick or something, like some ridiculous shit. Like, nah man, just drop out, man, way easier. Like it really has sort of taught me that, because like I've been quite into like spiritual stuff and and not my ego, and I've had ego death experiences and other things, but this is really like outside of the monastery, right? Like you can meditate in a monastery for 10 years, but can you apply that present nature to the world? And there's really like, yeah, like I said, just burnt away the impurities. And it's been great. So I watched this TED talk this morning, which actually sort of reminded me of everything I just said, kind of, by a guy called Jordan Peterson. Fucking sick guy. I've actually literally been sitting here watching his lectures on YouTube. I dropped out of uni and I'm sitting here watching lectures on YouTube. Like, I don't know, am I at fault here? Is the system at fault here? No, not really. I think that's why some people who don't, I'm lucky that I kind of figured out the power of self-education when I was like very early on. Just self-education through the internet. Like you realize at university, it's like, if anything, it just gets in the way. Like it helps you pass exams, I guess. So you get the piece of paper to prove you have the knowledge. But like self-education is just definitely the way to go. Or until the education system fixes itself, which I'm sure it will at some point. I think maybe even in my lifetime, the education system is going to be a very beautiful thing. But it's not at the moment. It's fucking shit. Like 90% of degrees are just, nah, I won't go there. Talking about me. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so yeah, I feel like most people do, but I feel like I have more to offer the world outside of a degree and a job, but I've spent years educating myself and studying successful people and trying to come to the grips of who I really am and what my core strengths are and what really excites me as a person, and I feel like I've figured that out. And so fuck off, so fuck the system. That used to be one of my favourite songs when I was younger, funnily enough. I wonder if it was because it resonated with me, or just, who knows, maybe it just programmed me. Whatever, man. Give me like 5 or 10 years before I sort of come true in my claim, because now I feel a bit self-conscious. Like every little video, every little thing I do is like, oh, you're providing value to the world now? Oh, good for you. Like, leave me alone, give me a few years, give me a lot of years. Like there's this great Kanye West tweet. I actually love it. Like, oh, it's so good. He says, I can't remember what it was. I'll put it on the screen if I can find it. There's something like, please avoid talking me out of being the future me. And so it's like, for him it's like, I'm this, and then you develop into it. It's not you are it. You choose what you want to be, and then you develop into it. That's the secret. It's so simple. You just have to just figure out what you want, and then you just develop into it. Like, it's so simple. How many times did you fucking try to walk how many times did you fall down trying to learn to walk? Like, how do you be a billionaire? How do you be a billionaire? You provide $1 billion pounds, dollars, whatever, worth of value to the world. How do you be a millionaire? You provide £1 million of value to the world. How do you do that? You figure out how to provide £1 of value, then £10, then £100, then £1,000, then £10,000, then £100,000. You just build on it. It's not like if you just have some. It's just I don't know. It's a lack of perspective, a lack of information. I don't know. I don't really want to talk about this too much because I haven't really proved it. But I don't know. I guess if you want to follow my journey, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm not saying I'll be a millionaire. Well, I definitely think I'll be a millionaire by like 30. Damn. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. I'm okay with that. I'm not really in it for the money anyway. Anyways, like I learnt from getting full Zammy. Peace! And good luck to me. Hopefully I'm not crazy. Maybe I am just crazy, man. And this is just the diary of a crazy person. Fuck it, that's still fun. I'll check out these drawings I did to kind of depict the burning away the impurities kind of thing. It's just how I think of it. There. It's like a spinning ball of like whatever it is. And it's like it just keeps getting the impurities keep getting burned away because you never transcend your ego or mind or whatever. You just keep getting better at managing it. Like try to draw it again there. Here. But yeah. Good luck with your lives. Hopefully this is the start of something great.